Hello, everyone. Welcome to Saturday. I can't believe this month. This month, given everything that's gone on, has felt like it went so fast. And in some respects, it feels like it went very slow. This marks the end of the first quarter next week of 2020. And oh my gosh, has it been an amazing first quarter? So many things have happened, not only globally, but for me personally, and I'm sure for you personally, because our life, someone gave this definition, and I think it's the perfect definition. And if you're jumping on, please let me know you're here. I want to be able to say hello because this is how we connect. This is our social gatherings are now done online, and I'd love to know that you are here. I think that's one of the key things that I've seen that has really shifted in the online world is that we all recognize, even starting with our kids in kindergarten, all the way through to college, is that nowadays it is so important to connect online. And I have some nieces that are doing online education, and what the teacher is doing for them is once or twice a week, maybe even more. They're actually getting on a Zoom call so that the kids can see each other. So it's so important to connect online, and that is right now. That is our new normal. And one of the things I really, I've been hearing people say, oh, when things get back to normal, I'm going to do this, this, and this. When things get back to normal, I'm going to do this, this, and this. I'm here to tell you, things are not going to get back to normal. Because what was normal anyways is normal. You've had, it depending upon what state and country you've lived in, you've had anywhere from a week to 3 weeks, 4 weeks to really reset your life. Absolutely reset it. Why would you want to go back? Do you really want to go back to being busy and working 50 and 60 hours a week, or running kids here and there and never having family meals, never having time to connect and play games? Do you really want to go back to that? Do you want to go back to that hustle? Or have you kind of found a new norm from the standpoint of a new flow? A new appreciation for whoever might be in your household. A new appreciation for the fact that you used to just be able to go to the market whenever you wanted. I think this is really just an awesome time to be able to truly understand what we appreciate. Because I think globally, we really lost that context. We weren't appreciating what we had. So I wanted to just throw that out there because, like I said, there's so many, I hear this from so many. I want things to go back to normal. They're not going to go back to normal. And we're here to make our new normal. Hi, Marie. Hi, Shamika. Our new normal is for us to create right now. And to say you want to go back to normal is like saying you want to go back to where you were 5 years ago. Do you really want to go back to where you were 5 years ago? I don't think so. And it's funny, I'm working on a puzzle, and my cat has chosen to get up on the table and play with the puzzle pieces. So that's always kind of fun. Let's see. Oops. Let me see if I can get her down. There we go. That's what I like to do. That's what's keeping me a little bit sane, is doing puzzles. And, I just like it. I've always enjoyed doing puzzles. It's a way for me to disconnect from my mind, but it's also a really good way for me to use my mind in a different capacity. But, so that's what I've been doing. I kind of, I've been doing some work, and then I do some reading, and then I don't know about you, and maybe you can and let me know, but I have really been doing a lot of journaling, and I've been downloading a lot of information. And for myself, and I live by myself, so I don't have kids home or anything along those lines, or a spouse that's all of a sudden home, or a partner. but I spend a lot of time in my own rituals, my own work, my own diving into all the programs that I do participate in. And I thought I was pretty much, moving along. But this last couple of weeks, I've really, really been given that opportunity to really, I don't have any other distractions. I can't just run out and change my scenery and go down to the coffee shop and do my work, take my laptop. So it's really allowed me that opportunity to dive deeper. And, I don't know what everyone else has been doing as far as what they're feeling, if they're really feeling like they're called to this. Because if you've been called, if you've felt that urge to really, really start leading others, and you've sort of been awakened, you've been called, now is our time. Now is the time. And so I'm really excited about some of the work that I've been doing for myself in these last 2 weeks, because every time I lead myself and do the deeper work and really kind of figure out exactly what is my purpose, how am I here to serve, it allows me to go to take my clients to that next level, because we lead ourselves first. So that for me right now, it's like I've really been gifted this time to really do that work. And I don't want things to go back to whatever normal was. I think that's just, I think that would be going backwards. I always want to keep moving forward because I'm on a journey. I've been on a journey for 20 years, and which is when I actually made a shift in my life. I took my kids with permission, but I left their dad and moved to another state, because I knew at the time that the direction of my life at that point was going nowhere. And I was just like, it was like I couldn't even stay in my skin almost. It was like I just knew there was something better for myself and my kids. Hi, Cecile. And so there, I moved again on my own with the 2 kids to a state, to a city that I didn't know anybody in, and I didn't have a job. And this story is so fresh for me because I just did I participated in a summit this morning. And so I got to tell my story again. And it's like, wow, I did. I packed up the moving truck. Their dad drove us to Oregon. I used to live in Southern California, and no job. I did have a place to live because I had planned that piece of it, and didn't know anybody in the city. Absolutely nobody. But I got to tell you, it was that inner guidance that just told me I was doing the right thing. Again, this is 20 years ago because my kids are 25 now, and they were both 4 and 5 years old. And yet I knew I needed to do it. I knew I needed to keep moving forward. And I think that's where we all get to at some point in our life. Cecile says, I didn't have kids, but I did that too. Left work in the middle of the day. Yep. And in some respects, it takes guts. It takes absolute guts to do something like that. But we wouldn't have even gotten that idea. We wouldn't even have become. It's like we don't get the desires that we have unless we have the capacity to put it into action. And that's where it's so wonderful and so exciting when we can just say, hell yes, I'm just absolutely positively doing this. Because we wouldn't get the idea if it wasn't the right thing to do. And the things that aren't the right thing for us to do are the ones where we really struggle and we really go, should I not? Those are usually the ones that we shouldn't be doing anyways. And so it's when we really tap into our inner guidance. It's when we really have that connection. And that's why I've been so grateful for these last couple weeks, because I have really, really unpacked some stories that I really thought I had already dealt with. But there's always more. It's like an onion. It's like, there's more and more and more. So I have totally emerged sort of from this another cocoon. It's like yet another rebirthing, yet another layers have peeled away from me. And I am so much more clear on how I work with women and how I am here to serve and people so aligned. You know, you always hear that when you sell a program or when you're showing up online and just in life in general, if you're not really embodying who you are and what you do and how you interact with your clients and with your audience, then it comes across as not being totally true. All of a sudden, totally gotten this new revelation. It's all the bits and pieces that I've been working on in the last 5 years have finally kind of come together. And I'm so excited because it aligned with the fact that I've been asked to speak on 4 summits in the last 2 weeks, or in the coming 2 weeks. And it's like, that's what I'm called to do. I am called to be much more of a presence online, much more of speaking and sharing my story of transformation, reaching out to the women that I know are out there right now, and you know you're not happy, and you know you want to make a change. And maybe you've been given this gift right now where you have time and you're not at the job that you don't really like anyways. Oh my gosh, now is the time. You've been given the time. Now is the time. What is it you truly want to do? What is it? You know. Don't say you don't know. But it takes guts to do this. It takes guts to do this work. It takes guts to show up. It's alignment. It's all alignment. That is the key. When we step out of the way, the universe shows us what's really next. It's when we think that we can create what's next and we start doing this and then I'm going to do this and we get into the doing and the hustle and all that masculine energy that just wears us out. That's when we get confused. But if we can tap into our inner guidance system, if we can get quiet through meditation, if we can listen to the messages that come through from journaling and really get quiet with ourselves, you know the answer. You know the answer. And it's not outside. It's not someone else telling you. It's not me saying, here's 10 ways to start a business online. Here's, 15 ways to email your, email your clients. It's not me telling you that. You know intuitively. You know what's next for you. You know what you should be doing. You know whether or not the relationship you're in is the one that you should be in. You know whether or not you're living in the right community for you. It's when you start second guessing it that the monkey mind comes into play. So I really wanted to just jump on here, and like I said, I was a little bit fired up. I participated in the in Connie Hug's summit this morning, and that was really fun. It was really fun. It's the mission. What is it? The Mission for More. And I'll put the link down below. But more importantly, I also am in another summit tomorrow. And this one is called The Frequency of Our Future. And when I found out about this several weeks ago, when Kat Tremarco was putting this together, it was like, oh, please, I want to participate. Because right now we are in such a potent time to create transformation on any level. And staying in the vibration of the fact that, are things kind of funky right now? Absolutely. But we can go forward. This is just an opportunity for us to start something new, to really get connected with ourselves, to get connected with our families. Really sit down and say, you know what? Is this the job that we're supposed to be having as a family? How can we connect better? And so the frequency of our future, I just love the title of it because, and I got to tell you, I think there's probably about 20 other really, really, really awesome thought leaders and spiritual leaders and coaches. And so and it's a day-long event. And I'll put the link down below if you want to join that one, but it starts tomorrow. And I'm just really, really excited because right now, there's just so much opportunity. Sure, we're having to isolate, or you can't go out to our social gatherings. Our life has changed, and wearing gloves and wearing a mask when we go out may be the new normal. We don't know. Everything changes on a daily basis. and to be able to participate in this type of summit is so awesome because right now there's so many more women and men who are online looking for information. And a lot of these summits have really come about because they were going to be in-person events. And with the, the ban on travel and the social distancing, can't do the summits online. So now it's just such a great opportunity to be able to show up, participate with so many other light leaders, so many other transformational leaders who know that they've been called and know and recognize that now is the time to show up. And that's why I am so honored to be a part of these upcoming summits. And I really just want to invite you to take this time, if you haven't already done so, to get quiet with yourself, whether that be to go for a walk, whether that be to do some more journaling, or start a meditation practice, or start yoga. There's so many things you can do to exercise online that are available online on YouTube. Just Google something. But really, really start activating that spiritual side. Start activating your inner guidance system, and really, really get into the connection and understanding that everything we do, we should be doing from a place of love and gratitude. If you can live your life and from those two places, you're going to have a ripple effect that is going to just impact the whole world. Because if we've learned one thing from this global situation, we've learned the concept of the fact that we're all connected energetically. Absolutely, positively, all energetically. Hi, Connie. I was just talking about your summit earlier on this, and so I'm gonna, that was so much fun. Connie was the one that hosted the summit that I did today, and it really kind of got me going and recognizing that I really need to be sharing my story more. I need to be embodying myself, embodying my story, embodying how I can help women transform not only their life, but their business and their relationships, because it's all interconnected. You can't have a successful business and have a really crappy relationship. It just won't work. And so, and then the summit that I'm doing tomorrow, again, has so many, it's a little bit different perspective, but it really brings back the concept that we are all energetically connected. And if you want to buy into what's going on in the media, and you want to buy into that low level lack and fear and all of that, it really just pulls everybody down globally. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't watch to take precautions, but you don't need to live there. Look at this from the standpoint of if you've thought about trying an online business, if you've thought about growing your online business, maybe you were working a 9-to-5 and doing your business as a side hustle. Well, now's the time to flip that. In the next couple weeks, you could easily get your business to the point where you can have something that's really going to give you another source of income. And then when you do go back to work, you've got that foundation built. Because before, you used to say, we don't have time. I don't have time to work on my business. Now you do. But I really, really would love to invite you to get off of social media if you need to, but certainly get off of the news broadcasts. It really perpetuates that fear factor, and fear is the lowest vibration. And we need more of you to show up, be in that higher vibration, do these summits, bring speakers together, bring women's stories together. If you have podcasts, if you, whatever your form of communication and interaction is, now's the time to really just start elevating and inspiring and keeping yourself at that higher vibration level. And look for the positive news, because there's so much. See, that's where, you can look at this event and guaranteed, years from now in the history books, there'll be a take on this. But I choose to see this time as an opportunity to really be able to determine what is valuable in your life. Not valuable, What is of value? Where are your values? How do you want to grow with your family? How do you want to live the rest of your life? What do you want to do? What's really important to you? Because the reality is we don't need to be as busy as we used to be. We don't need to have all the things that we thought we needed. And, going back to the very beginning, that's why we don't want this to get back to normal. We don't want to be back to normal. Going back to normal would be regressing. We have this opportunity to move forward and to start something new, to shift how we engage with our family, to appreciate the things that we didn't always appreciate. And so now is the time to do that. So look at it as you're creating your new normal. You're creating something new, because we can never go back to what was exactly alike. And like I said, things are going to be changing, and they're changing on a daily basis. Is it scary? It is. But I choose not to let that drive me. I choose to see this as an opportunity, and especially, with more people online, more people using Zoom, more people getting exposed. Look at all the kids just in the United States that now understand, and some of their parents, because some of their parents really aren't up to date with all the social media and all the technology pieces. But look at all the kids nowadays that understand they can connect like via Zoom, and that's an okay way. Is it ideal? No, because we like those hugs. We like to be, we like the face-to-face, but Zoom is at least closer than anything else. And it just gives us so many more technologies. And if you look historically, whenever there's been recessions, whenever there's been wars, whenever there's been any of these, upsets, 9/11, things along those lines that impact us in a variety of different ways, there's always been new businesses. There's always been new thought. There's been new leadership that emerges from those situations. So there's going to be new things, new businesses. Maybe the company that you're working for isn't going to open up again. That's okay. There's going to be so many new opportunities, so many new businesses that are going to come out of this situation and understanding. And it's going to involve technology, and it's going to involve innovation. And if you have a brick and mortar business that you're thinking, what am I going to do because I have a clothing store and I sell clothes and no one's coming because we're closed, now's the time to build your online business. You have to think outside the box. Think outside the box, be innovative, get out of your comfort zone. Now's the time to do it. If you weren't sure you wanted to do it, or you were like a little bit, I don't know if I really want to do it, now's the time. Now's the time. Don't look back. If we emerge from this in 2, 3, 4 weeks, whatever it's going to be, don't look back and go, God, I wish I had done that. Now's the time to be doing that. That's what we've been given. We've been given this gift of, here's the time that you wanted. So anyways, those are just some random thoughts of where I came from today. Connie's summit is also tomorrow, and you can go into the group. You just need to register, and you can see the replays of the guests from today, and then she's got speakers tomorrow, and again, I'll put the link down below. And then tomorrow I am going to be doing another summit, and that's the frequency of our future. That's just a one-day event, and it's much longer. It's I think it goes from very early in the morning until early evening, and it's back-to-back speakers, and there's, like I said, some transformational leaders, spirit guides, coaches, mentors, light leaders. It's really, really going to be an awesome event too. So I'll put that link down there as well. So I hope all of you are doing well and enjoyed your Saturday, and I hope that you're doing something fun with family, something innovative, something different. Maybe you started a new hobby. I'm going to go back to my puzzle, and because that's kind of what I like. I find it to be very meditative, and it clears my head, and I feel productive. So that's what I'm going to do for a little bit more, and then I will probably be doing some reading and making some dinner here shortly. It's still early on the West Coast. So bye.